Hello everyone, welcome to Analytics with Asmi. This is our first part of the series where we are going to cover frequently asked interview questions in Power BI for beginners. In this part, we are going to cover 25 frequently asked questions with different topics in Power BI. In the next part, I will cover the scenario based question asked in the interviews. So if you are a beginner and if you are preparing for the interview for the Power BI analyst or a data analyst and you are looking for a job, then this will help you a lot. If you are new to this channel, please subscribe to my channel, and if you have any feedback, please don't forget to share in the comment section. So let's start. Today I am going to cover these 5 topics. In each part I will cover 5 questions, so total 25 questions in Power BI. So the first general question is, what is Power BI? So if you are completely beginner, so they might ask you this question to test your understanding about the Power BI. So the sample answer for this is Power BI is a business analytics tool developed by Microsoft that allows users to visualize and analyze the data from a wide range of sources. So this is a quick and short definition of Power BI. You can elaborate this further if you want. Question number 2 is, what are the building blocks of Power BI? So the sample answer for this is, there are 5 main building blocks of Power BI. They are, first is visualization, second is dataset, third is reports, fourth is dashboard, and fifth is style. You can further elaborate your answer by saying visualization are the charts, graphs, or a similar visual representation of a data, where dataset is a group of data used to create a visualization, such as column of a sales figure. You can further add like dataset can be combined and filtered from different sources using built-in connectors, where report is a group of visualization on one or more pages. Dashboard is a collection of tiles and the tile is a single visual pin from a report. So these are the 5 building blocks of Power BI. The third question is, what are the limitations of Power BI? So the Power BI is a powerful tool for a data visualization and business intelligence. But like any other software, it does have some limitations. So the first limitation is a data size limit. So Power BI can have a maximum size of file is 1 GB, which includes data, queries, and report elements. Second limitation is refresh frequency. Power BI can refresh only 8 times per day per dataset, which is very less. Third is data storage capacity. Maximum capacity storage in Power BI Pro license is 10 GB per user, which is quite less. Fourth limitation is Power BI cannot handle complex calculations. For that, it needs some external tool like SQL or other ETL tools. Last limitation is a Power BI having a paid license. Power BI Desktop is free, whereas Power BI Pro and Power BI Premium are paid versions. Now if you mention Power BI Pro and Power BI Premium in your previous answer, then the next question they might ask you like, tell me the difference between Power BI Pro and Power BI Premium licensing. Then these are the 6 differences. First is, in Power BI Pro, the maximum storage capacity is 10 GB per user, whereas in Premium it is 100 GB. The second difference is, in Power BI Pro, the maximum file size is 1 GB, whereas in Power BI Premium it is 10 GB. In Power BI Pro, the maximum number of automatic refresh per day is 8, whereas in Premium it is 48. Power BI Pro is a per user based, whereas Power BI Premium is a per user and per capacity based. Fifth difference is, in Power BI Pro you are unable to do incremental data refresh, whereas in Premium you can do incremental data refresh. And the last point is, in Power BI Pro you can't do advanced AI, whereas in Premium you can do advanced AI. So these are the 6 differences you must know for the interview. Now the last question, the 5th question in the general section is, how do you connect to data sources in Power BI? So you can say like Power BI can connect to a wide range of data sources, which enables users to import, transport and visualize data from various platforms. In Power BI Desktop, you can connect to data sources using the Get Data option. It supports various sources like databases, Excel, CSV file, SharePoint, web services, and API, and many more. So if you have work on any of these files, then you can mention about that as well. Now we have completed the general section. Now we will see 5 questions in Power Query Editor. So the 6th question is, what is the role of a Power Query Editor? So the answer should be, the Power Query Editor is a data transformation tool in Power BI used for cleaning, shaping, and transforming data from various data sources before loading it to a data model. It is a ETL tool in a Power BI. ETL means extract, transform, and load, which is done by Power Query Editor in a Power BI. The next question in Power Query Editor, which is question number 7, difference between append and the merge. This is a very important question, mostly asked in the interview. So the answer should be, append is similar to union all. Append is used to combine the two similar queries in a single query. It increases the rows in a column. So when you get a data set, you have to append it. So for example, if you have two tables called T1 and T2, you can see on the screen, like in T1 table there are 2 columns, ID and name. In T2 also we have the same column, ID and name. So when we have to append the queries, the columns should having the same name and with the same data type, and same number of columns should be there. So if you want to append these 2 tables, you can see we have this third output table where we have append the queries. In the query 1 there is ID 1, 2, 3. In query 2 there is 4, 5, 6. So in the output you can see 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 with name. So the requirement here is the column number should be same, data types should be same, and the same name of a column should be there. Then only we can do the append. Now talking about the merge in Power BI, it is similar to the join in SQL. So when I have 2 different queries, by using a common columns, we will merge into a single query. So the here requirement is that 2 tables should have a common column. Okay, so for example, if we have 2 tables like T1 and T2 with the same column ID and name, we can merge these 2 tables into a third table. So here we can use different joins like inner join, left outer, right outer, anti join, full join. Okay, here merge increases the number of columns, whereas in append it increases the number of rows. So this is the main difference between the merge and a union, you must know. So you should give some small example to explain these differences. Okay. Next important question in Power Query Editor is, what is M language in Power Query? So the sample answer for this is a programming language used in Power Query. It's a functional case sensitive language that is similar to other programming language and very easy to use. It is used for data transformation tasks in Power Query, such as data cleaning and shaping from different data sources. Question number 9 is, tell me the few tasks performed in a Power Query Editor. So while doing your projects, whatever task you have performed, you must mention here in this answer. You can say that we can import a data from wide variety of sources including Excel, CSV file, text files, databases, and web services. Here you must mention whatever data sources you have used in your projects. Then we can also filter the data, sort the data to focus on a specific rows and column. We can also split the column, merge the column to shape a data in a various ways. We can do data cleaning and data transformation by removing the duplicates, replacing the values, and splitting the text. We can add the columns by doing grouping and summarizing the data. We can also combine the data from multiple sources or tables using merge and append operations. We can even change the data type of the column. So whatever operations you have performed in your project, you must mention all that in this answer. Next important question in Power Query Editor is the difference between a duplicate and reference. Now you can get these options in this Power Query Editor in this queries section. So this is a query. If you click left, you can see that we get this option, duplicate and reference. So these are the options sometimes we have to use in Power Query Editor. So you must know the difference between these two. You can tell the difference like this. Duplicate creates an entirely separate and independent copy of the original query's data and steps. Changes made to the duplicate queries won't affect the original query. So whatever transformation and filtering we are doing in this duplicate, it will not affect the original query. It is useful when you want a separate set of data for a different analysis or transformation without impact the original data set. So sometimes we have to do normalizations. We create fact tables and dimension tables. That time we use this duplicate query option. Okay. Now talking about the reference in Power Query Editor, a reference also creates a new query, but it maintains the connection to the original query. Any changes applied to the original query are automatically reflected in the reference query. It shares the same steps and data lineage with the original query, acting as a dynamic reference to the original data. It is often used when you need to perform additional transformation or filtering on the same dataset without altering the primary transformation in the original query. So these are the differences between the duplicate and reference you must know. The key differences you must mention in your answer are: first is independence. A duplicate is an independent copy, while as reference is a link to the original query. Second is impact on changes. Changes to the duplicate don't affect the original, but changes to the original query reflect in the references. And third is use case. Duplicates are suited for a separate analysis, while references are handy for further transformation for filtering without altering the data. We have completed the general part and Power Query Editor part. Now we will see 5 questions in report view. So the first question is, what are the different filters in a report view? So when they ask this question, then you have to mention first what is a filter. So the filter is used to filter the data statistically and share limited data to the users. By using filters, we can restrict the data. There are 3 types of filters. First is visual level, second is page level filter, and third is a report level filter. Now you have to tell little things about these filters. So the visual level filter applies to the single visual on a report page. You can give the example like when we are going to find the top 10 products. So we are creating the visual for top 10 products. That time we can use this visual level filter for that particular visual where we can see only the 10 products. Okay. Now second is a page level filter. So it applies to all the visual on a particular page. So different pages in the same report can have a different page level filters. For example, if you are looking for you are filtering for a particular region, so you can create a report page for that region. So that time you can use this page level filter for particular page. Okay, and final is a report level filter. It applies to all pages in the report, and or this filter works on the entire report. So when we are talking about the entire report, that time we are using this report level filter, which works on entire report. Okay, so these are the 3 types of filters in Power View. Next question. Sometimes interviewer may ask you some scenario based question like this. If we have 3 visuals in a page and if you want to filter only one visual at a time, how will you do? Then you can say that I would use the edit interactions which is present in the format tab and make it none for that visual. By using edit interactions, we can modify the visual interactions behavior such that selection on certain visuals don't impact the other visual or only impact certain visuals. Suppose we have this bank report with certain visuals. Now here what we want all the visuals should get filtered, but this map visual should not get filtered. So how we can do that? So for that we can use the edit interaction. For that we have to go to this format tab, then go to the edit interactions. Here now you can see we got 2 options. One is none and second is filter. So you have to just click here none. Okay, now if we filter the report, now you can see everything is changing, but this map visual is not changing because we have used this edit interaction and we made it as none. So this is how we can use the edit interactions. The next question is, what is drill down and drill through filters? Drill down is a feature in a Power BI that allows you to navigate from a higher level summary to more detailed view by expanding hierarchy or categories. Suppose here we have a line chart, okay, and you can see here here the data is given yearly, and if we want to drill down further, like for the quarter and months, we can use this. Okay, you just click the next level, and now you can see here the quarters are there. Next, there here we can see now there are the month. So by using this drill down feature, you can move to the next level of the hierarchy or any categories. Now drill through. Drill through is a feature in Power BI that allows you to navigate from one report page to another report by passing context or filters along the way. For example, I have created a drill through feature for this stack column chart. So if I want to see a detail of a particular region, for that what I can do, I will just click here right, and here I will get the option of drill through, which will navigate me to the region name chart on the next page. Okay, so I will click here. Now here I can see the detailed version of that region. So this is how drill through works. Next question is which charts you have used in your projects. So here you have to mention the charts which you have used in your projects. So you can say that I have used the bar chart when I have to compare the values. I have used the line chart when I have to show the time series analysis, pie chart when I have to show the part to whole ratio, combo chart when I want a combination of bar chart and line chart in a single visual. I've used the tree chart to show the data from left to right. It shows the bigger measure in a small size. I've used this waterfall chart to show the particular change over a given period of time. I have also used some custom charts like histogram, radar chart, dot plot, chiclet slicer. So whatever custom chart you have used in your project, you must mention it with little description. The next question is the difference between report and the dashboard. So at the beginner level, most of the students get confused with these two terms, report and the dashboard. So this question is very important in terms of interview point of view. Okay, so the report in Power BI is a collection of visual pages and filters that provide a detailed view of a data. A dashboard, on the other hand, is a single page report that provides a high level overview of a key metrics and visuals from a multiple reports. And one basic thing you must know about this two are Power BI report can be created on both Power BI desktop as well as Power BI service, and Power BI dashboards can be created on Power BI service only. You have to pin the visuals. It will give you only the high level overview of the key metrics from a multiple reports. Okay. We have completed the Power View part. Now next part is Power Pivot. Now we will see 5 questions on Power Pivot. So the first question is what are the different schema present in Power BI? So the sample answer is star, snowflakes and galaxy schema are different data warehouse schema designs. The first is a star schema, which has a central fact table surrounded by the dimension tables. So here in the first picture you can see in the center we have a fact tables and it is surrounded by the dimension table in the form of star. That's why it is called as a star schema. Second schema is a snowflake schema, which extends the star schema by further normalizing the dimension table. See, here in the picture you can see the dimension tables are having more dimensions. So this is called as a snowflake schema, where one fact table is there, then dimension table is there in the form of star, and again more dimension are there present in the second dimension. Okay, so this is a snowflake schema. And third schema is a galaxy schema, which combine elements of a both. It has a multiple fact tables. So this is a galaxy schema. Here you can see there are many fact tables. So when you have a multiple fact table, we call it as a galaxy schema. We rarely use this schema. We generally use the star schema and the snowflake schema. Next question is what are the fact and dimension tables? So in the picture you can see in the center we have a fact table, and around the fact table we have a dimension table in the star form. So this center is the fact table and these are the dimension tables. A fact table is a central table in a data model that contains quantitative measurable data. It typically stores transactional or event data such as sales, revenue, quantities, counts, etc. Each row in the fact table represents a specific event or a transaction and contains the numerical measures. Fact tables are usually associated with the core metrics that you want to analyze. Fact table often contain a foreign key that link to the dimension tables, establishing the relationship. Whereas dimension table provides a context and a description information about the data in the fact table. It stores attributes that describe the characteristic of a data, often used for filtering and the grouping. Dimension tables are relatively static and tend to have a fewer rows compared to the fact table, and it has a primary key. Dimension tables often contain a categorical data. So these are the differences between the fact table and dimension table. You must know. Next question in Power Pivot is, what is cardinality? Cardinality defined by the relationship. It refers to the relationship between two tables. There are three types of cardinality. First is one-to-one. For example, a student is taking admission in one college. So this will be one-to-one relationship. Second is one-to-many or many-to-one. So each student can take many subjects. So this will be the one-to-many relationship. And the last is many-to-many relationship. So an author can write many books and book can be written by many authors. This will be the example. Another example you can tell, like we can buy many products and many products can be bought by many people. So this will be the many to many relationship. So these are the three cardinality present in a power pivot. Next question is, when you should use a bidirectional filter flow and how to manage without opening the bidirectional filter flow. So the bidirectional filter flow should be used when you need to filter data in both the direction, in both the ways between the two tables. To manage without opening the bidirectional filter flow, you can use a cross filter DAX function here. Last question in the Power Pivot section is, what are measure and calculated columns? Here you have to tell the difference between measures and calculated columns. So the first difference in measure is, it don't store any data physically, whereas calculated column occupy the memory along with the original column. Second difference is, measure don't occupy any memory, whereas calculated column present in a data model. Third difference is, measure will get executed when it is used, whereas calculated column present in the model, so it increases the size of a data model. Fourth difference is, measure is suitable for only numeric values, whereas calculated column is suitable for text, numeric and date values in a column. Measure are the dynamic one, whereas the column are the static one. Performance wise, measure is slower than the calculated column. So these are the difference you must know. Last and final part in this video is a Power BI service. So we are going to see 5 questions on Power BI service. So first question is, what is Power BI services? Sample answer is, Power BI service is a cloud-based business analytics service provided by the Microsoft. It allows users to visualize and share insights from their data in the form of interactive reports and dashboard. So this is the short answer for the Power BI service. You can further elaborate it, like it enables users to connect to various data sources, transform raw data into meaningful information using data modeling capabilities, and create interactive visualization and reports. The next important question in Power BI service is, what is gateway? So the sample answer for this is, gateway in Power BI service act as a bridge or a connection between on-premises data sources and the Power BI cloud service. They allow you to securely transfer the data from your organizational internal data sources such as databases or files to a Power BI service. Gateways also enable features like scheduled data refresh. This is a very important feature in Power BI service, where Power BI can automatically update the data in your reports and dashboard at a specific interval time. There are two types of gateways. First is personal mode and second is on-premises. The next question is, what are the different types of sharing in Power BI? Sharing a Power BI report involves distributing your analysis and visualization to a stakeholder or colleagues so that they can interact with and gain insights from your data. So the first method for sharing is publish to a Power BI service. After creating your report in a Power BI desktop, you need to publish it to a Power BI service, which is a cloud-based platform for sharing and collaborating on your reports. For that, what you have to do, you have to click publish button on the Power BI desktop, then choose your workspace in the Power BI service where you want to publish the report. The report along with its associated data model and visuals will be uploaded to the Power BI service. Second method is to share with the specific individuals. After publishing the Power BI report to the services, you can share your report with specific individuals or groups within your organization. You have to navigate to the workspace where you have published your report. Then you will get a share option there. Then you have to put the email address for a recipient you want to share report with, and then you can share with colleagues or group of people in your organization. Third method is publish to a web. If you want to share your report publicly, you can use this option and you can publish it to the web. Fourth method is embed in the SharePoint or other platforms. You can embed Power BI reports directly into other platforms like SharePoint Online, then Teams, etc. Last method is export to a PDF or a PowerPoint. You can export your Power BI report to a PDF copy or a PowerPoint presentation to share a static version with others. So these are all the methods of sharing the Power BI reports. Next question. Tell me the difference between My Workspace versus App Workspace. So the sample answer for this is My Workspace is a personal workspace in Power BI service where you can create and manage your own reports, dashboards and datasets. Whereas App Workspace is a shared workspace where you can collaborate with others on reports and dashboards. The last question in top 25 interview questions in Power BI is, how do you create a Power BI report that updates automatically with new data? So the sample answer for this is, you can set up automatic data refresh in Power BI by configuring the data source setting and schedule in a Power BI service. By specifying the refresh frequency and credentials, Power BI will automatically update the report with new data at specified intervals. So these were the top 25 interview questions in Power BI which are frequently asked in the interviews. Hope you have learned something from this video. In the next video, I will cover the DAX part in Power BI and scenario based questions. If you like this video, please share with your friends who are preparing for the interview. So see you in the next video. Thank you for watching.